Hello and welcome back to another video from Profile Tech. My name is Derek. Join us today as we take a look at the latest changes in Datto RMM version 14.4. Let's hop right into it and let's start off here with the COM store. With 14.4, a few new COM store components have been added and existing ones have been updated. Notable additions this month include ARM64 support, so all ComStore components used for standard software management now support deployment of Windows ARM64 versions on applicable hardware where such builds are available. The migration requires the user to toggle the user action switch to upgrade, and the default installation behavior will retain whichever architecture the software is already installed as. Additionally, the .NET Desktop runtime. This is an identify action which has been added to take stock of which .NET Desktop runtime versions are installed on a Windows device. This is important as apps will often request a specific version of the runtime, such as 7.0, 8.0, and so forth, but the latest version of that major should always be installed. Now, as mentioned, this is 14.4, and 14.4 is a full release, but since 14.4 or 14.2, Datto RMM has been doing interim releases as well. With these interim releases, the Datto RMM team is reaffirming its commitment to delivering important updates more frequently through officially recognized interim releases. These releases will typically include bug fixes or minor enhancements and will not require scheduled maintenance windows. With that being said, let's move on. To the bottom left here, you'll see the legacy UI. Now, if you're not aware, the legacy UI is being retired, and that should be scheduled for the 14.8 release, which is for November of this year, 2025. The legacy UI will be formally retired. From that point forward, the new UI will be the sole interface for accessing Datto RMM. To support the planned deprecation of the legacy UI in 14.8 release in late November, Kaseya is planning to phase out additional components of the underlying architecture ahead of time. We see that taking place here, starting with the 14.4 release. The ComStore UI will no longer be accessible from the legacy UI. Users who attempt to visit this page will instead be redirected to visit the new UI and be provided a link on the page. With 14.4, you now have some new options as well for Microsoft 365, and this is to create a shared mailbox when you're offboarding a user. With this release, when you offboard a Microsoft 365 user in Datto RMM, you will be given the option to convert the user's mailbox to a shared mailbox and share it with one or more users, ensuring that the offboarded user's access is removed while retaining internal access to their communications. You can enable and configure shared mailbox settings on the offboard user page when offboarding Microsoft 365 users. For those utilizing the RocketCyber status widget, this has now been updated to allow you to drill down into a filtered list of devices. This allows additional filtering options and device actions. And then finally, in 14.4, there's going to be an updated process to purchasing additional licenses. So shortly after the 14.4 release, once it's been deployed across all platforms, license purchases will be migrated to be handled exclusively through the Kaseya store or directly via your account manager. Do note here that to access the Kaseya store from the licenses page, you must be logged into Datto RMM using the Kaseya One unified login. This is a staggered release from Datto RMM, with the first region starting to see 14.4 July 21st, and the last is currently scheduled for July 30th. That will be the deployment schedule. Thank you for watching. We hope you gathered something useful from this. Please feel free to leave a comment suggesting what else you'd like to see from us, and thank you for having a great day. Take care.